received incorruptible crowns from thee, our God. For having thy strength, they laid low their adversaries, and shattered the feeble audacity for the demons.
The demons.
Through their intercession, save our souls.
Okay, good. All right, and go ahead and read the other one.
Urged on by the commandments of God, with patience you cleansed your souls from all defilement. You reached perfection as spiritual athletes and renounced sacrifice to idols. Imitating Christ, imitating Christ, you were slain with a spear, O most blessed Paramon and Philomenus. Always fervently intercede with Christ on behalf of the world.
Good. Good job. Okay. Let's see. I just want to check something here. You read very well.
Seraphim, do you record?
I am recording, yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And I'm looking just to check and see. One of our friends, Yulia Zizikova, is having a hard time getting into the course. She's in our choir chat in Contacte. If somebody can try to talk her through it. She says that she needs a code, but there is no code. Do you think you can talk her through it, Julia? Help her bring her in?
Yes, okay.
Thank you so much. All right, so let's see. Next we have Varvara, our new person.
Through their sufferings, O Lord, thine holy martyrs, Paramon and Philomenos,
Mm-hmm.
and those with them have received incorruptible crowns from thee, our God, for having thy strength.
Thy strength.
Как еще раз? Thy strength.
Mm-hmm.
They laid low their adversaries.
Good.
And shattered the feeble audacity of the demons through their intersection. Save our souls.
Good. All right. And the other one, the Kentuckian.
Как это правильно?
Urged.
Urged on by the commandments of God, with patience. Your patience, your cleansed your souls from all defilement. You reached perfection as spiritual athletes. And renounced sacrifice to idols. Idols. Imitating you were slain with a spear. Most blessed Paramon and Philomenos, always fervently intercede
Intercede. Mhm.
with
Christ.
Christ on behalf of the world.
Okay, you have it almost correct. The word here, this word is often read as blessed. And so when we sing it, usually it is blessed here. Almost blessed Paramon and Philomenos. So everybody should say blessed there and not blessed, because then some people will say blessed when you sing it, and some people will say blessed, and it will be confusing what comes after Paramon and Philomenos. So, all right, good job though. I like your reading. You say you don't know English, but you do just fine. This is very good. All right, so let's see, Ksenia.
Okay. Through their sufferings, O Lord, thine holy martyrs, Paramon and Philomenos, are those with them,
Philomenos.
are those with them have received incorruptible crowns from thee, O our God.
Mhm.
For having thy strength, they laid low their adversaries, and shattered the feeble or audacity of the demons. Through their intercession, save our souls. Urged on by the commandments of God, with patience you cleansed your souls from all defilement. You received perfection as
You
spiritual.
reached.
You reached perfection as spiritual athletes and renounced sacrifice to idols. Imitating Christ, you were slain with despair. O most blessed Paramon and Philomenos, always fervently intercede with Christ on behalf of the world.
Good job. Okay. And we're going to move on through here. So I see a new name here to me, Ludmila.
Yes, that's me. Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you perfectly. Would you like to read this out loud?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Okay, go
Thank you.
ahead. Mhm.
Through their sufferings, O Lord, thine holy martyrs, Paramon and Philomenos, and those with them have received incorruptible crowns from thee, our God. For having thy strength, they laid low their
Adversaries.
adversaries, sorry,
Mhm.
and shattered their feeble audacity on the demons. Through their intercession, save our souls.
Good, keep going.
Urged on by the commandments of God, with patience you cleansed our souls.
Your
from
souls.
all, our souls from all.
Not ours, yours. Your souls.
Your soul. I can't see well. It's so little letters.
Oh,
From all defilement. You reached perfection. Thank you.
Mhm.
You reached perfection as spiritual athletes and renounce sacrifice to idols. Imitating Christ, you were slain with despair. O most blessed Paramon and Philomenos, always fervently intercede with Christ on behalf of the world.
Good job. Okay. And Nikolai, your turn.
Hello.
Hello.
Through the suffering of what?
Yes.
Thine holy martyrs, Paramon and Philomenos, and those with them have received incorruptible crowns from thee, our God. For having thy strength, they laid low their adversaries, and shattered the feeble of the city of the demons.
Mm-hmm.
For the intercession save our souls.
Good. Keep going.
Urged on
Urged.
by the
Urged.
on
Mm-hmm.
by the commandments of God, which patience you cleansed your souls from.
Cleansed.
Repeat.
Cleansed.
Cleansed
Mm-hmm.
your souls from all defilement. You reached.
Reached. Mm-hmm.
Reached perfection as spiritual outlets and renounced
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice to idols, imitating Christ, you were slain with a spear. O most blessed paramount Saint Philomenus, always fervently intercede with Christ
Mm-hmm.
on all for the world.
We have good job. Okay, yes. Be careful of words like this that are. Let me get my cursor back. When you have words like this that are past tense, most of the time, if you have a past tense verb, it ends in ed. So we had a few here in this one.
Reached.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And now this next one is technically not a verb, not here. Here this is an adjective, blessed. It's what kind of person, a blessed person. So often this word is shown to look like that, to show that there is an accent on that ed. And so you do hear it. Otherwise, if you are looking at this, let's see, so this is an adjective. If it is a verb, looks exactly the same, but it is pronounced blessed. You know, something like this. In fact, in Elizabethan English, it actually used to look like this, blessed, B-L-E-S-T. So one is an adjective, blessed, and one is a verb, blessed. Spelled the same way, and usually it looks exactly the same way, like it does here. I didn't put the accent in there. Okay, another one for you that I gave as an interesting little twist. This word has two different pronunciations. We are using a different one on purpose. In standard English, usually hear it said like this, with the stressed syllable adversaries. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
But here we are doing this as adversaries. Both pronunciations are correct, and adversaries is a little bit easier to sing in this troparion, in the tone that it is. For having their strength, they laid low their adversaries and shattered the feeble audacity of the demons. So it's that kind of thing. If you see a past tense verb ending in ed, most of the time the e is silent. It's as though you are doing this. Urged, cleansed, renounced, reached. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is that we don't write it that way. So we are stuck with this. There is something that you can know. The thing that is here is that you have this sound. Okay, you can do that. You can go jd, right? You can make that sound jd. right? And here you have this, st, and this could even be more like a z, cleansed, right? Zd. You can do that. There's no need for any sound in between. This one is something like this. Zd, zd. There's no real, nothing in beneath. And this one is going to those sounds. Now, as long as the sound is different than this, what I'm going to call a D. What is this word? What is this letter called in Russian?
D.
D?
D.
Okay, so we call it a D. D. So if you have a sound that is different from D, then there is no need for any sound in between. But what about if you get something like this? Some of you guys were with me last week and you saw this. This one has a sound that is like this. Now, how do you do that? Is there any way you can get from the first D to the second D without some sound in between? You can't do it. You can't do it. So you do that. Matted. Or a very similar sound is this. If you have this, Ted. Because you can't, it's the same problem. You can't get from T to, from Ted to D without a sound in between. Matted. So if you have that, yeah, or that's kind of a, oops. I still forget where the commas are when I'm typing in Russian. So if you have those, then those two sounds in a past tense verb, then you have to pronounce something that sounds like eh. Otherwise, if it's different, you don't need it. And so we usually don't pronounce it. Only in very special cases like blessed and other ones that I can't really tell you unless we actually see them. Okay. So Olga Kim, I know you're here.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. So you're going to demonstrate what this sounds like. If you read it, you don't have to sing it, but read it in rhythm according to the stresses. Can you read the troparion?
The troparion marches, yes? Through the sufferings, O Lord.
Okay, wait. Where was the stress?
Through the sufferings, O Lord.
Good.
Thine holy martyrs, Paramon and Philomenus, and those with them have received incorruptible crowns from thee, our God.
Okay, so notice how long, everybody take a look at this because you're going to see this on Saturday. This is a very long single line. Crowns from thee, our God, is indented because it goes off the edge of the page otherwise. This is one line and there's no way to do it besides doing it this way, other than getting rid of all the names and stuff. This troparion, for anybody who is interested in this kind of stuff, this is a standard troparion for any martyr. So if you have a martyr that doesn't have a special troparion written for him or her, then you just use this one. Through their sufferings, thine holy martyr or martyrs, insert names here, and those with them, if there are several of them, have received incorruptible crowns from the our God. It's just a pattern. There are several of them that are like this. Okay, keep going, Olga, please.
For having thy strength, they laid low their adversaries and shattered the feeble audacity of the demons. Through their intercession, save our souls.
So that save is both italicized and underlined. So what happens when you sing it? Tone 4.
Through the intercessors, save.
Through their intercession, save our souls. So you have a stress and you have modulation. You drop a note or something. Through their intercession, save our souls. So when I give a point like this is what it means. It means hold it, and it also moves in pitch. Sometimes it moves a lot in pitch, and it's not very convenient. You just have to know the tone. All right. How about the next one? Go ahead and do the same thing. It is also tone 4.
Urged on by the commandments of God, with patience you cleansed your soul from all defilement. You reached perfection as spiritual athletes and renounced sacrifice to idols. Imitating Christ, you were slain with the spear.
Spear.
Almost blessed Paramon and Philomenos. Always fervently intercede with Christ on behalf of the world.
Okay. So here that of, on behalf of, here's your modulation, pitch modulation. On behalf of the world. You could even modulate world, but I wanted to keep it simple. I figured the choir would probably know what to do. And I don't want to confine Sasha into my total system because he sometimes does it a little bit different, a little differently. All right, Vladimir, I see you. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. What I would like you to do is to read the same thing and try doing what Olga just did, demonstrate where the stresses are as well as the words themselves. Go ahead.
Through the suffering, O Lord, thine holy matters, Paramon and Philomenos, and those with them have received incorruptible crowns from thee, our God. For having thy strength, they laid low their adversaries.
Laid low.
Though.
Low.
Low. Laid low their adversaries and shattered the feeble audacity of the demons. Through their intercession, save our souls.
Good. Keep going.
Urged on by the commandments of God. With patience you cleansed your soul from all defilement. You reached perfection as spiritual athletes and renounced sacrifice to idols. Imitating Christ, you were slain with despair. O most blessed Paramon and Philomenos, always fervently intercede with Christ on behalf of the world.
So you guys all have this idea, I think. Let me see if there's a few new people here. Yulia, you made it. Good. All right. And so there's Yulia Sizikova, I believe, and Andrei Tatsur. Can you guys hear me? We're almost there. Andrei. And Yulia.
I am Yulia Sizikova.
Okay, I'm glad you got in. Okay. Through
their sufferings, O Lord. Fine. Thine holy martyrs, Paramon and Philomenos,
Philomenus.
Philomenus.
Mhm.
And those with those with them have
received incorruptible.
Я просто сейчас только присоединилась. Incorruptible. Crowns from the our God.
Mhm.
For having
thy strength,
thy strength, they laid
low. Mhm.
Their
Adversaries. Mhm.
adversaries.
Mhm. And shattered.
And shattered the feeble
Audacity.
audacity
Demons, yeah.
Of
Feeble
the
audacity
demons.
of the demons. Good. Mhm.
through their intercession save our souls.
Good. Keep going. Let's read the other one too.
Urged
Mhm.
urged on by the commandments of God.
Good. Mhm.
Good. With
Patience.
patience,
Mhm.
you
Cleansed.
Cleansed your souls from all defilement.
Mhm.
You reached
Mhm.
perfection as spiritual
Athletes. Mhm.
and
Renounced. Mhm. Sacrifice. Mhm.
to idols,
Mhm.
imitating Christ.
Mhm.
You were slain with a spear.
Slain with a spear. Uh-huh.
Slain with a spear.
Slain with a spear.
Slain with a spear.
Mhm.
O most blessed Paramount and Philomenus,
Mhm.
Philomenus,
Mhm.
always abundantly intercede by Christ on behalf of the world.
Okay, so I want to test you. Make this sound.
Это где?
Here.
Где?
Do you see where I highlighted? Right below the kontakion.
Urged.
Urged. Well, okay, it's pretty close. Let's try this now. Try that one. Cleansed. Okay. Renounced.
Renounced.
Mm-hmm. And this one?
Reached.
Okay. You see how these are what those words look like. Read this one again. I'm not sure I got it right. Urged?
Urged.
That's pretty
Cleansed.
close. Yeah, that's pretty close. Olga, are you okay with these phonetics?
Did
Is Olga here? Did
Maybe.
she leave? Olga's gone. Okay. Okay, so these are phonetic. This is Russian phonetic way of maybe trying these words so that you can practice them. I will send this. I will send this in Kontakte in the chat so you can download it from there. And let me see. Let me get this one too while we are at it. Who has not read yet? I see Marina.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
It's your turn.
What is the tone 4?
Tone 4. Yes, I want you to read this. Through their sufferings, O Lord. That the troparian?
Martyrs, мученики.
Да, that's right.
Through the sufferings, O Lord, thine holy martyrs, Paramon and Philomenus, and those with them have received incorruptible,
Almost incorruptible.
Crowns from thee, our God, for having thy strength, the laid low the
Adversaries, good.
and staggered the feeble.
Shattered.
Shattered tenia.
Shattered.
The feeble audacity of the demons. Demons. Through the intercession, save our souls.
Good. Read the other one now.
And tone
Urged.
for contaction mark.
Kontakian. Yeah.
Kondakian.
No, not de. No, Kontakian. Read it like it's a Greek word.
Yes, it's Kontakian.
Kontakian.
Urged on.
Urged. Look down here. You see this?
Urged.
Yeah.
On by commandments of God, with patience you cleansed your soils from all defilement.
Good.
You reached perfection as spiritual athletes and renounced sacrifice to idols. Imitating Christ.
No, you know better than that. How do you say that word?
Imitating.
That word is fine. What about the next one?
Christ.
No, Christ. Yeah.
Christ, you were slain, which is spear.
Slain with a spear.
With a spear.
Good.
Most blessed, Paramon and.
Blessed, actually, here, but.
Almost.
Blessed.
Blessed. Blessed.
Yeah, I'll help you out there. Hold on a second. There.
Blessed, Paramon.
Blessed, not blessed, blessed.
Blessed.
Yeah.
Sorry. Paramon and Philomenus always fervently intercede
with
Christ
on behalf
of the
world. Okay, good. And so you see, I'm going to send this to everybody. So you have here blessed and blessed, and I think there is really a miyakiznak in that sound. So and the other one's adversaries. You're going to pronounce this one. This one is not getting done this time. So the black one is adversaries. Okay, good job. So there are, can anybody tell me in the troparion, what words seem to be very important? Anybody in the first line? What do you think in this line here, what do you think there are two important words in this line? Anybody? This is a test.
Lord.
Lord is
It's
one.
important.
Yes. And what is another one?
Sufferings.
Okay, good. All right. What about in the second super long line here? Anybody? But not Ksenia, because Ksenia probably knows. All right, somebody else. You have to share the wealth. Anybody? What is the important word here, or words?
The,
Mm-hmm.
our God.
Okay, that is two. There are two more, or three more, actually.
Incorruptible crowns.
Incorruptible crowns, yes.
Received incorruptible crowns.
Received is okay, but it's it's a verb. The other one, martyrs. Okay. Now the next line, for having thy strength they laid low their adversaries. What are the significant words here?
Strength.
Strength is one. There is another one that makes it much more important.
Adversaries.
Adversaries is also important, but there's another word that is the most important word in this line.
Most important.
Without it, nothing works.
It's a noun or a verb?
It's a pronoun.
Pronoun. They.
Thy.
Thy.
So why is that word so important?
Because it's the strength of God.
That's exactly right. The strength of God is the thing that makes this all work. If it's just us, then it isn't saying much, and it usually doesn't work. What about this one? There are, I would say, four very important words here.
Audacity of the demons, maybe.
Okay, audacity is one word, demons is the second one, and there are two other ones.
Shattered.
Shattered.
The feeble?
Feeble. What does feeble mean?
I don't know, by the way. I don't know.
Strong.
Not strong. Not strong. It means very weak. However, what does audacity mean?
Oh. It's the boldness.
Boldness. So is somebody who is bold. What's the Russian word for bold?
Naglый.
Отвага, смелость.
Okay. So Naglый? Naglый. It's not a very good word.
Будет слово наглый.
Дерзкий. Дерзкий.
Дерзновение, наверное, имел как Господу.
Okay, so audacity, Naglый, it's not a very good kind of thing, right? Boldness, it's not a good boldness. Is it? Or is it?
No, it's not a good.
No, it's not. So this is a very interesting idea here. The feeble audacity. We hear from Saint Seraphim of Seraph that the weakest of the demons could destroy the universe with a flick of their fingers like this, little finger, bink, and they could destroy the whole universe, but God doesn't let them, so they can't do it. So they, despite their immense power, they have no power before God. And so this is one of these little phrases in English. It's an attempt to express that. Now there is another one in modern language. I've seen it like this. In fact, this is what it was before I moved it backwards. Powerless boldness. You know, so you have something that's very, it's an opposite, it's a contradiction. But I like feeble audacity because boldness is a little bit ambiguous in English. Audacity is, you know, we often have this in English. He had the audacity to walk into that room and go straight to the president. Like, how could he do that? That terrible, scandalous person. So boldness is not necessarily so negative. It can be positive too. All right, what about the last line? Through their intercession, save our souls. What words do you see that are important?
Intercession.
Intercession, yes, very much so. And what else?
Save.
Save.
Souls.
Save our souls. Yeah. So this phrase has or sentence has a lot of important stuff in it. Okay, so this is good to know, to think about when you read these. Try to pick out what the important words are, because usually those words will, at least one of them will take an accent. In the first line, we have it, through their sufferings, O Lord. Lord is an underlined, but you know, tone 4, so it has that tendency that the last syllable gets a stress. So sufferings, O Lord, thine holy martyrs, Paramon and Philomenas, and those with them have received incorruptible crowns from thee, our God, the God, right? Very important. For having thy strength, they laid low their adversaries. This is an important word. Thy strength. It isn't stressed, but that's just because it's tone 4 in this rendering. And shattered the feeble audacity, but it has a pulse. And for having thy strength, they laid low their adversaries, and shattered the feeble audacity of the demons. Through their intercession, save our souls. All right. So this is usually the important words will take a stress. And this should happen in Church Slavonic too. If you are singing troparia or kontakia, and a syllable gets stressed that is not an important word, and it happens over and over, you're probably doing something wrong, because the text is supposed to make, we are delivering text, and text is what matters here. And so we have to understand it. All right, what about this one? Important line, urged on by the commandments of God. Who sees something important there?
Commandments of God.
I'm sorry?
Commandments of God.
Commandments of God, okay. And I would even say urged is also very important. Okay, because it's the relationship. Next line. This one has several important words.
Patience.
Yes, very important.
Cleansed souls. And the defilement.
Defilement, yeah. It takes patience to do this. It's a long, long, long process. All right, third line.
Reached
Perfection.
Ah, very good. Two of you together, and you did it beautifully. Wonderful. You reached perfection as what? Also important.
Spiritual athletes.
Yeah. Okay, fourth line.
renounced sacrifice to idols.
Sacrifice.
What does it mean to, what does it mean? Oh, spasibo. What does it mean to renounce?
Отказываться, отвергать.
I'm sorry?
Отказались
Gazelles.
нести жертву идолам,
So,
поклониться идолам.
so to repent, to say, we're not going to do this anymore. Right?
Отказаться.
Yeah. And even more
Give
than
up.
that, to give up, and even a little bit more than give up. It's to give up with force. It's not just necessarily quietly. Remember, a lot of the problem in the Roman Empire, which was probably when this happened. Let me see. Let me get the date. Get the date of these saints. Paramon was the year 250 and Philomenus was the year 274. So this was during the Roman Empire, probably during Diocletian, his time as emperor. And there was a lot of persecution of Christians. So do you know why the Romans worshiped many gods? Does anybody know?
To involve all people of empire into the worship to the emperor.
Partly, but why? Why would they use gods for this? Why would they use Jupiter and Mars and all of these others to do this? There was a little more to it.
For every people be with their gods inside the empire and the emperor in the middle of the pantheon.
Kind of, yeah. Did they believe that that their gods were real?
It's a hard question. Maybe some of them believed. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, what we were taught in seminary was this, and hopefully it's right. The Romans, generally speaking, did not believe that their gods were real. But for Romans, the most important thing in the world was the preservation of the empire. And because the empire was the highest achievement of civilized man that they knew of. And so this was the dream, to keep it going. And so even though a lot of them, maybe most of them, did not really believe that their gods were real, they would still sacrifice incense or other things to them anyway, just in case. Maybe if we don't do this, something bad will happen to the empire. This was about the extent of their faith. And so for the Christians who just refused to do it, in this case, Paramon and Philomenus and others, when they, it was a common thing, make a sacrifice to the gods for the sake of the empire. And these Christians refused to do it. So we're not going to do that. There is only one God, and maybe you guys don't believe in what you're doing, but we do believe in what we are doing, and we cannot do this. We don't wish you guys any harm. We don't wish the empire any harm, but we cannot do this. So they it was usually very visible if somebody refused to sacrifice to these gods. And it was kind of in the mainstream of life if people didn't. So this is a very important thing. When they did this, when they renounced sacrifice to idols, they attracted a lot of attention to themselves. All right, what about the next line?
Christ, imitating Christ.
Imitating Christ.
Yeah.
Imitating Christ, maybe.
And how were they imitating Christ?
You were slain with a spear.
Right, the same way that Jesus was. So somebody stuck a spear in his side at the crucifixion. Okay, and then the next line. Almost blessed. Most blessed.
Paramon.
Blessed Paramon and Philomenus. Blessed.
Blessed.
Mhm.
Yeah, blessed. That's it. It is important. I don't know if you see this, but there. Okay. And the last one, always fervently intercede with Christ on behalf of the world. What is important there?
Intercede,
Yeah.
Christ.
Yes. There are a lot of important words on this one.
Yeah.
Mhm. Keep going.
Behalf of the world.
Behalf of
I
the
don't
world.
know.
Yeah, behalf is okay. It is important, but there's another word I think is a little more important.
Fervently. Or
And
always.
always and fervently.
Always.
Mhm. Because those amplify each other. Always fervently, not just do it fervently once, but do it all the time, please. We need all the help we can get, right? So it is a good idea to try to study these texts out, even to see what they mean. And you may want to compare it against Church Slavonic. Now, do you guys all understand Church Slavonic when you read it?
Mostly.
Most of it.
Mostly? Okay. Sometimes through knowing the English, I understand Church Slavonic words a little better. Sometimes through listening to Church Slavonic, I understand Russian a little better. Sometimes through listening to Russian and speaking it, I understand Church Slavonic a little better. All of these things can help us understand what is going on more and more deeply, so that our goal is when we sing anything in church, like these two hymns, that we mean what we say. Okay, that we concentrate on what it is we say. So I think with that, we will stop because our lesson is over. It's the time. Hold on a second. But any questions?
Oh, thank you very much.
All right.
Okay, thank you for the lesson. It was great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you guys for coming. And the video will be made available as soon as it's prepared. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you very much.
Have a great evening.
You too.
Thank you.
You too. You too. Thanks.
Thanks. Bye-bye now.
Bye.